Hey everyone, it's Oxygen, and this week's guide is on 99 farming. A lot of people have requested this guide, so I'm gonna do my best to make it as quick and efficient as I can. I'm gonna start with the basics, and just like my other guides, I want you to be able to learn how to adjust these guides to fit you best. So therefore, before we start, I have some recommendations which will save a lot of time and give great farming benefits. So let's start with my top 3 recommendations. Number 1 is Fairy Tale Part 1 quest, all 3 if you can. It gives you 3.5k farming XP just for the first quest and the magic second tours, which will give you about 18 farming. Basically, this means you don't have to do allotments anymore, which is a lot easier. The Grand Tree is for teleportation by spirit trees. There's tons of patches near spirit trees, which you'll see later. And Throne of Miscellanea is to give you extra seeds, money, and also a farming bush patch. Feel free to pause the screen for the rest of these slides, as I'm not going to go through them into detail. So, Karamja Gloves 1, Arty Cape 2, Explorer Ring 3, Valley Shield 3, Morty Legs 2 or 4, an Ectophile from Ghosts Ahoy, Scroll of Life, which is 25 Dungeoneering and 10k tokens, and Assisting Effigies. Farming Juju Potions, My Arm's Big Adventure Quest, Love Story Quest, and mini-games such as Livid Farm or Vinesweeper to give bonus XP between your front runs. Another helpful tip is being able to use the Advanced Farming Skill tab guide. So in this, it'll show you everything that you can plant or grow or harvest from farming all the way down to 99. It'll even break it up in produce, so allotments and herbs, trees are normal trees and fruit, and even specials. So let's say you want to know how to protect potatoes. Just click on the line and it said to compost. This will work for anything that has the little eye mark beside it, and notice that the herbs do not have anything beside them because you cannot protect them. It's especially helpful for trees if you're going to change your farm run, or even the specials such as the cactus or calquat. And the poison ivy bush, which I will show you in just a second, cannot be protected because it's already poisonous, so it doesn't need to be protected because it can't die. So it's just really easy XP. The best place to start off is in Catherby with a bank and a lodestone close by. It also has a farming shop right beside the Herb and Allotments patch, so just go in and trade the store owner. Just grab all of these tools up at the top, plus the plant pots, compost, buckets, baskets if you want to collect your fruit, and there's some plant gear near the bottom here. So what you want to do is put them in your tool leprechaun over here. It's really easy because then you don't have to go to a bank if it's not close by. So just right click exchange and just click on the items in your tools section to put them into the leprechaun. He will also store them at any other patch that leprechaun is at. And it's also a really good idea to put them in your tool belt if you don't already have them. They will automatically use these ones first and you won't need to find a leprechaun, and it saves invent space. So quickly, here are the Herb and Allotment patches. Use the Explorer's Ring 3 for South Falador, the Lodestone for the Catherby Teleport, the Arty Cloak 2 to get to North Arty patch, and the Ectophile from Ghost Ahoy to get to the Canvas patch. There's also a disease-free farming patch after My Arm's Big Adventure on top of Troll Stronghold. So quickly, I'll show you allotments and Supercompost. First, you need to clear the weeds out of all these patches. Then you can use your Supercompost on the patch. You need 3 seeds for 1 allotment. Here I'm using watermelons. If you're sticking around, you need to water your plants. If not, you're going to pay the farmer for the corresponding patch. And note that different plants require different payments. So next are flowers. Again, you need to clear the weeds, make sure that you Supercompost, like I almost forgot. And you only need 1 seed for 1 flower patch. Also, you need to water these seeds since they can't be protected. So if you're not hanging around, I don't recommend flowers. Herbs are similar to flowers, except for you don't need to water them, so you can go do your farm run, come back later, and it should be fully grown. After you've fully harvested your herbs, you can clean them off and use them on the tool leprechaun, and he will note them. Same with fruit from your fruit trees. Unfortunately, you'll have to drop the weeds unless you want to make compost out of them in the compost bin, but for this guide, I recommend using watermelons. So each patch yields 15 watermelons, which is just enough to fill up the compost bin with the watermelons to make Supercompost. Once you have all of your watermelons from your watermelon patch, you can take them over to the compost bin over here and use your watermelons on the compost bin. Your player will automatically start filling up the compost bin, and after it's done, you'll see the option to have that you can close the bin. So once you close the bin, the contents will begin to rot. And if you come back in a few hours, you can open the bin and empty the Supercompost into all your buckets, and your player will automatically do this. So for 15 watermelons, you get 15 buckets of Supercompost. So once you're able to do trees, I strongly recommend it, as you only have to do 1 run a day and you get so much XP for it. All you have to do is use the seed on the plant pot filled with soil. If you don't have soil in your plant pot, just use it on the tree patch. You'll also need to water the seeds and wait for it to grow. The seeds can take up to 15 minutes to turn into the tree saplings, so just make sure you plan ahead of it. All you have to do is clear the patch from the weeds and use your super compost on the patch. Then put the corresponding fruit or tree on the patch and make sure you pay the farmer. The same goes for regular trees. And at this point, I'm going to put the rest of the information on the screen for you so it's not as tedious. And note, for your farm run, you would be using the same tree for each location depending on your level. That's it for this week's guide. I know it's a lot of information to take in at once, but trust me, you'll catch on to it. Farming does take a long time, but if you just stick with it, you'll get it in the end. If there's any more questions, just let me know on YouTube or on Runescape. My RSN is oxyjenn and also posted in the description. I'm also going to post a video of the farm runs that I did until 99 and show you what you can do, things you can tweak to make it better for you, and hopefully you'll get there just like I did. So thanks for watching and good luck on 99 farming.